السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. وصلت قناة زيانة جيمنج، مرحبا بكم في جيم بلاي جديد، حلقة جديدة من سلسلة هيتمان 3. كما شفتوها في السلسلة اللي فاتت فوتنا المهمة في دبي، في برج خليفة، باقي هذاك برج الخليفة. كما شفتوا خليت لكم رابط التحميل تاع اللعبة، حتى اليوم نخلي لكم رابط التحميل ونخلي لكم الحلقة اللي اسفل الفيديو اللي ما شافهاش الحلقة اللي فاتت. اليوم راح نلعبوا الخطرة اللي فاتت لعبنا في دبي، اليوم عندنا مهمة لهنا في انجلترا واقيلا، ولا ما نعرف ما نعرفش الانجليش دارت مار. بون خواتي قبل ما نبداو الجيم، ما تنساوش اللايك، ما تنساوش الاشتراك والانضمام الى اسرة قناة زياني جيمنج بالضغط على اشتراك ابوني او سبسكرايب كما راهو يظهر عندكم في الصفحة اسفل هذا الفيديو في الزر الاحمر هذاك. ما تنساوش زر الجرس اللي قدام الزر الاحمر مفيد جدا زر الجرس ماشي لك كل ما هو جديد على قناة زياني جيمنج. اعطيني الاراء تاعكم خوتي. كما ما نقول لكم القناة راهي في تدهور، القناة راهي تموت اخوتي. نحيو معنا بعضنا القناة يا ليتس جو. نبدا المهمة تاعنا اليوم ونشوفوا واش راح يكون اليوم. خوتي راني درت المانت، ركبت مانات في البي سي نحاول نلعب بالمانت. واش كاين لهنا؟ يا ليتس جو. ركبت المانات، نشوف طرانا اسكون قادر بالمانات ولا لا.
Thornbridge Manor, the Carlisle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlisle and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlisle's sham funeral. Curiously,
بولي كيف فوت المقدمة هذه نورمالمون كاينة كيف يسميوه، كاينة جريمة قتل في الدار تاع أليكسا هذه. ونورمالمون استدعات محقق باش استدعات محقق ماشي يحقق لها، وقيل هذا هو المحقق. حنايا نورمالمون خوتي لازم نتبعوا المحقق هذا وقيلا ونديو الشخصية تاعو
the
نديو
famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlisle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting
عيد
yourself,
نلعب بالمانات.
47.
راه المحقق وليكيب لازم نحاولوا ندخلوا القصر هذا تاع أليكسا. ورا المحقق عندك لا يروح للماء.
Mr. Whitmer, thank God you're here. Can I take you to Madame Carlisle? I've never seen a place guarded like this, and I dare say I don't like it at all.
ندخلوا الطاقة هذه خوتي. عيت نتحكم بالمانات يعني. نعرف الرول المحقق هذاك. هذا هو المحقق. بون ليكيب لازم نحاولوا ما يشوفوناش نحاولوا نديو القش تاع المحقق هذاك باش نحكموا حنايا القضيه. ارواحنا يلا 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 يلا. يلا يلا دركا نقدروا نتجولوا في القصر نورمال. عطاونا حتى انفو ولا كيف؟
Mr. Whitmer, thank you for coming
ايوه
at such
لازم
short
نحكيو
notice.
مع اليكس.
A great tragedy has fallen upon us, and I need a quick resolution, handled with absolute discretion.
Results and discretion are my speciality.
Very well. I suppose you will want to start at the crime scene.
In my experience, a thorough examination of a potential crime scene is half the job done.
Good. Fernsby will take over from here.
I am Mr. Fernsby, the butler. Madam Carlyle has asked me to assist you in any way possible. Mr. Whitmer, I understand that you've travelled from London. Would you care for some refreshments? Or do you prefer to go straight to Mr. Zachary's sleeping quarters?
I prefer to get started.
As you wish. If you'll follow me, sir. I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madame Carlyle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death in his room. However, Madame Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my right.
A locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this. Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
ليكيب هنايا كانت جريمة قتل وهذا داروها كلي عملية انتحار. انتو كيفاه؟ وهذيك اليكسا نورمالمون هذا هو خوها. اليكسا هذا خوها. ما صدقتش باللي عملية انتحار. نجبدو الكاميرا باش نسكانيو له الحالة. عليها استدعاء هذا المحقق ماشي يكشف باللي ماشي هذه ماشي يعني جريمة ماشي انتحار.
Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity. You do know your poisons, 47. Zachary was shopping for new Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal.
زاكري كان هذا هو زاكري مثلا كان يتسوق كفا راح ينتحر هو بغى يشري بوتس. عيت نلعب بالمانات والفت بلا لازم نلقاو الأدلة كامل باللي ما نطاحرش. الشي هذا ايه باب سري هذا.
It's a secret passage. This
ايه
could
ممر
explain how
سري
the door
هذا.
was locked from the inside.
هنا يبرقك. هذه وش هي؟
A photocopy of the floor plans.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
That means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I've prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
This is very useful information, 47.
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe.
هو اللي كيف قال له
May
لازم
I suggest you ask the suspects for
زكريا مات
alibis?
مقتول بالسم،
Or perhaps you
ولازم
prefer
نحقق
searching the
مع
manor for
على
clues
10 تاع
first?
الليل مات بالسم، ولازم نحقق مع الناس اللي كانوا كامل ثم وعطونا التصاور تاعهم هذو هما نحققوا مع هذا وهذا إدوارد وريبيكا وإيما وباتريك وهذا اللي كنا معه دركا، هذو هما اللي لازم نحققوا معاهم كامل. هذا بدا يحكي ديريكت. ولازم نلموا الأدلة كامل باللي ما نطاحرش. هاي انا مانيش قاعد عندك، هاي يا باتريك وين كنت على 10 تاع
Can you tell
الليل؟
me where you were yesterday evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Elaine, give us some privacy, would you? Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. If that's all, I think I'll get...
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexei used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him. Then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in the circles. So, is that it?
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary topped himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
لازم نلقاو الحجة باللي كان غايب، لازم نحققوا معاهم كامل ونلقاو الحجة باللي حبيبنا كان غايب. وراهم اللي راح نحققوا معاهم درك. ايه ها هماك يا ها، هذا هما اللي كاينين تصاور هما.
Can't remember ever having a family event without one tucked away in a room somewhere. Due diligence always trumped the family.
هذا هما اللي تصاورهم كاينين. ايه هذو هما.
Very ridiculous. Imagine the scandal if the firstborn son didn't pick up the torch.
جات واحد اي.
Gregory Carlyle.
Gregory.
Tell me where you were yesterday evening.
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife, sporting another one of her headaches, would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Anything else you want to pry from my...
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle. But who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Is that all?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
نزيدو نحققو مع هذه.
Emma Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Is that all?
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting
لا خوتي غير خانتنا اللغة الإنجليزية.
Anything else?
Have you noticed anything
ما أنا فاهمين والو. رانا غير ندد شو برك.
Except perhaps I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just
كيف
sad.
كيما فهمت لازم الساعة نكملوا له التحقيق كامل ونثبتوا باللي الاخر السيد هذاك ما انتحرش ونثبتوا شكون اللي قتلو باش نقدروا نقتلوا الاخرى أليكسا.
Then again,
هذه هي
guilt isn't
نورمالمون
her
هكا.
strong suit.
نورمالمون هكا ليكيب لازم نثبتوا هذوك باللي نثبتوا الحجج تاعهم باللي غايبين. كيما راكم تشوفوا هنا في الماب لتحت كاين كاميرات لازم نحققوا في الكاميرات هذو. شكون ها كاينه بلاصة لازم نصوروها. جاي على برا. معنات هذه عيت نخدم بها يا والفت بلا سوريا. يعني نلض على إجرك ها يا سيدي. الرجلين كانت هذيك ياك. اروح نكمل معك التحقيق. اروح ربيك.
Can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner.
ايش راح تحصلها في باتريك؟
You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 8:45. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange.
ايش راح تحصلها في الناس كامل تيه؟
You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during
كثرت
breakfast.
الهضرة
Is
معنا.
there anything else you want to ask me?
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer? I do have a lot to see to.
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much.
مازال كاين واحد ما حققناش معاه ليكيب، هذا نحوسوا عليه. هذه اخي ما كانتش في القائمة، كفاها خرجت.
Rosie, tell me what you did last night.
I'm in trouble, aren't I? I spent the evening with Patrick.
هذه كانت مع باتريك.
He said he needed someone real to
تسمى
talk
باتريك
to.
الحجة تاعو كاينة.
When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe, like a real princess.
But now he just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of pressure.
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
باتريك خاطئ.
But he was such a gentleman. He gave me his coat and all.
Rosie, you need to forget about Patrick. No good's gonna come of it. Stick to your own kind.
You mean like Chris? He treated me like shit. All he wanted to do was play his stupid video games, never any romance. I deserve romance.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any strangers outside the house?
No, we saw no one outside. Except Patrick's mother, Emma. We were sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you? She'd insist Madame Carlyle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will. She's always going on about how things will change once she's in charge of Thornbridge Manor.
داكو باتريك خاطئ تسمى.
That is the
نفوتو
door to
حكاية
Mr.
باتريك.
Fernsley's office.
واش كاين هنا؟ ما عندناش باش نحلو هذا الباب هذا. ها هو كي هنا. لازم نتبع وين هذا الرمزات تاع الكاميرات هذو.
Professor Edward Carlyle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He never admitted, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. If that's all, I have a speech to... Right?
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca, they had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff, all the company he had. Anything else I can do to...
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? Mother will surely have a strong opinion on it. It's... I'll bring... Excuse me.
ليكيب تما هذا خاطئ، هذا خاطئ، هذه ما زالت في الشك، هذه ما زالت في الشك، هذا خاطئ وهذا ما زال. لازمنا نزيدو نحوسو على الأدلة.
Oh, by the way, I told you about that. Well, I thought you knew that.
I've never seen a dead body before.
Life can be tough sometimes.
ليكيب نحوسو
Asked to come here.
نهزو الراس كلو
Carlyle
هذا.
wants to believe Zachary was
هذا
murdered.
نقدروا نحلو به البيبان اللي مقفولين.
Why else ask him to snoop around? I feel weak in my knees from all the tension here.
We'll all need a vacation when this is over.
ايش شامبرا قبيلة لازم مقفولة. تراها نروح نشوفها هنا. هذه هي. شنو لازم ما يشوفونيش دخلت لها. نبداو نحوسو على الأدلة هنايا. وش هي هذه؟ عندنا هذه.
Zachary's diary. This is big. He was about to confess to the world that he and Alexa murdered their older brother Montgomery
عندنا مفتاح
46
هذا
years
ما
ago.
فتاواه.
And apparently, Mr. Fernsby helped make the murder look like an accident. And 47, the handwriting doesn't match the suicide letter in his room, proving he didn't write it himself.
عندنا هذه وش هي هذه؟
Painkiller. Lethal. You use enough of them.
But not the poison used to kill Zachary. Of course, Madame Carlyle doesn't know that. Are you considering to frame the butler, 47? Mr. Fernsby clearly didn't commit the murder, but I think you have enough evidence to convince Madame Carlyle he did. Maybe you should tell him you are ready to present your findings. Unless, of course, you want to do some more detecting, 47?
الكيب هذا هو وراهم. وش كنا انا هذا هو السم اللي مات به. لازم نكتشفوا كفاه جا السم هذا. شتو كيفاه بدات تبان الحكاية. صنت راه نشوفوا ايه مازال عندنا بلايص لازم نروحوا لهم. وين كاين الكاميرات هذو مثلا؟ كيما هكا. هذه البراطول. دوك نروح اخوتي. مازال راح نزيدو نكتشفوا. كاين الشامبرا تاع ايما والشامبرا تاع ريبيكا. لازم نروحوا لهم. اصبر اي والله راح تقعدي لي هنا انتي. سنا لازم نلتيوها نشت. روحي طفي هذاك الاخر. ايوه روحي طفيه. هكا مش ما تشوفنيش بلي دخلت للدار تاع ريبيكا. روحي شتو كيفاه. ايوه دركا يبدا التحقيق منا. شاتو ليكيب. الشامبرة تاع من هذه؟ شامبرة ايما. درك نبداو التحقيق. وشي هو هذا؟
A keychain pendant for the greenhouse. What's that doing in Emma and Gregory's room, I wonder?
وش لقاه؟ شتو كيفاه. شتو لازم نروحو للجنينة هذيك اللي قنعتها لكم في المابا ليكيب. وين راهي؟ هذه الجنينة هذه راهي لهنا ليكيب. هنا اصبر تشوف. المهم يثم دوك نروحوا لها. هنا كاين رمز تاع كاميرا لازم نصور ونشوفوا واش كاين. عيت نوالف بال واش لقينا الصباط. لازم نحوسوا بالشعر على الحوايج. كي ندير هكا ويبان ولا واش كاين لهنا برا. كان والو. ايوه كاينه حاجه هنا.
Now this is interesting, 47. A letter from Emma's mother stating that Emma is the illegitimate child of Alexa's late older brother, Montgomery. And listen to this. She claims to have witnessed Alexa and Zachary murder him. The plot thickens.
لكيب نورمال على حساب الشوفة، على حساب الفهامة الناقصة نتاعي. إما هذه ماهيش بنتهم الحقانية. إما ماهيش بنتهم الحقانية على حساب الصديق. شي هو هذا؟ هيك.
That is the door to Rebecca's room.
سنطرة نقدروا نحلوها. شتو كيفاه هادي كيف. وهنا نبداو التحقيق تاعنا، نبداو باللابتوب هذا.
I can see from the log that Rebecca was in a conference call from 9 p.m. to midnight last night.
مش راح نصور لهنا. قالك حاجة لازم تصورها. الكتاب هذا. ايوه مش عندنا هنا. ريبيكا الشامبرة تاعها صاي. هيا بيا. نورمالمون صاي. مادام درنا علامة الصح هذيك صاي. مش عندنا هنايا. حتى ريبيكا عندها باب سري. يا اخي حالة يا
He intercepted the arrangements our office worked years to put in place.
That's what we done,
شوفوني منه.
Bloody well be the one.
I need help. Oh, that's gonna.
هاي موتو كلي.
This all confirms that Arthur Edwards stole everything from Madame Carlyle. Perhaps you should let her know how bad it is, 47.
هذا هو المخرج. واحد ما شاف. لازم نروح للجنينة هذيك اخواتي. اصبر شوف الناس نحي الساعة.
No power, no portrait.
Oh, Madame Carlyle will be furious. She
Follow
expects the
mission
family photo to be
stone.
done any moment now.
I need this shoot to happen, okay? And I need it to be perfect.
So, Madame Carlyle wants a picture taken.
Can't we just take a fuse from another fuse box?
I guess we could do that.
Good. I'll finish setting up, and then we'll grab the fuse just before you call down the family.
نفهمتش علاه بدلوا لي المهمة.
That's a good plan.
لازم نلبس قشالة ولا كذا؟ شافني.
Hey, we need some help here. Please, just go and get some help.
Move to better position. Force him out of cover.
اي والله.
Okay, I better go now.
على واه بعثوني له. ناض عريان. ايوه مش راح يفيق لي هذا يا بيا. وش راح ندير له هنا؟ تفوت كاميرا. ايه لازم نصور هذه ولا كيفه؟ هون بعد وش صرا؟ انا صورت.
It works. I'm ready for the shoot.
Perfect. I'll call the family down now then.
Excellent, 47. Madame Carlyle is on her way down for the family photo shoot. Let's see if any memorable moments will play out in front of the camera.
جا هذا عندك يعود ثاني كش ما يشوفنا. لازم نلحق الجنينة هذه كيما قلت لكم اخوتي. نرد القش تاعي. لازم واحد لا يشوفني. يا بيا واحد ما شافني. نروح وراهي الكاميرا هذيك. هاي هنا.
This is a table showing lethal dosages for the poison used to kill Zach.
Broken lab equipment. It looks like it was recently used, though. Something is circled, 47. Female, age 65 to 79, 60 to 64 kilograms. I'd say Madame Carlyle is next in line for a poisoning. You have uncovered enough evidence to tell Madame Carlyle that Emma is the murderer.
صاي.
I'm impressed.
شتو إيبا هي القتيلة وراهي تخطط باش تقتل كارل هذه أليكسا هذه مولات الدار هذه. راهي تخطط باش تقتلها. اصبر. لازم نلحقوا عليهم قبل ما تقتلها. أنا نورمالمون نقدر نهضر معاها.
I'm ready to present my conclusion.
Very well. Let's talk in my office.
ولي كيف بعد ما حذرنا هذه أليكسا هذه مولات الدار هذه حذرناها باللي هي التالية واقيلا اللي راح يندبوا لها. استدعتني للبيرو تاعها كي قلت لها بلي انا حليت القضية تاعك. استدعتني للبيرو. ايوه انا قعدت. داكوردو. قلت لي شكون لي إيما باينة إيما.
Your niece, Emma Carlyle, murdered your brother Zachary.
My niece? Emma is not my niece. She's my daughter-in-law.
And your niece. Emma is the illegitimate child of your late older brother Montgomery, who you and Zachary killed 46 years ago.
That's preposterous.
You asked me to find out what happened to Zachary. Would you rather not know?
No. No, go on.
I found a letter from Emma's
أو يحكي لها في القصة أنا ما فهمتهاش.
fiance of your older brother.
مي قالت لها وقيلا إيما ما يش بنتك ولا ما نعرف.
You and Zachary pushed him off the balcony. She believed you did it to steal the Carlyle empire from her and her.
اللي فهم القصة يفهمنا.
And she raised Emma to reclaim what she lost. Marry your heir Gregory, get revenge, and secure the Carlyle empire for her bloodline generations to come.
Emma is the daughter of Montgomery and that local girl, Jane.
She is.
Well, the girl got it wrong. I didn't steal anything. I did what was necessary to protect the future of the Carlyles. Montgomery wasn't cut out to take over from father. All heart and no balls.
Emma used the funeral gathering to speed up her installment as the lady of the house. seizing the opportunity to stage Zachary's suicide. She did her homework, used a poison made from one of Zachary's rare plants, found old floor plans from Thornbridge Manor to gain access to his room through a secret passage.
That scheming bitch.
More than you think. I found proof that she will try to poison you next.
Well, I'll have to take care of that. Thank you, Mr. Whitmer. You have not disappointed. I promised you I would reward you generously if you solved the case. So, what do you suggest?
لكيب هنا قالت لي ماشي كي حلت القضية واش بغيت نمدلك الصوارد ولا واحد الملفات. حنا كنا نحوسوا على واحد الملفات هذو اللي راهم عندها، نجرب نقولوا لها اعطينا الملفات. اوكي نورمالمون راح تعطينا الملفات. نجحنا في المهمة.
You want is in the safe. God, I
How are you, sir?
How are you?
Good work, 47. That's the file on
هذو هما
Edward secured. Time to take care of Madam
الملفات اللي بغيناهم. بقات لنا المهمة الأخرى أن نسربيو لهذه. هيا جود باي.
Mission complete.
منين الهربة؟ منين الهربة؟ وين الهربة؟ وين؟ مو واحد لا شافني. لازم نخرج. يلا 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 يلا. اوه واحد ما فاقلي. شي هذا؟ بدات الحرب. يلا يلا يلا. اوه بيان. اخيرا كملنا المهمة. التفاح. كملنا المهمة تاع عليكس هذه ولا كيف يسميوها. هيا بيان. واش راح يدير درك؟ نعرف وين راح يبعثوها درك. هذا وقيل صاحبه هذا، احكموها.
Walk away.
Or what? You gonna take us all on?
Don't. Tell the constant to start running.
ايه وقيل الاخر صاحبه واللي يعطاه مطهر ولا كيفاه. ايه والله ماني فاهم.
47 is out there, and 47 never misses his mark.
Neither do you, Miss Burnwood. That's what makes you valuable.
الواحد كي تخون ولا.
You think I would betray 47?
Trust me.
You
owe him nothing.
What is this?
I told you we could help each other.
قيل المهمة تاعنا الثانية اللي جاية. هذا الزوج هذا. الله عليك كيف ما فهمتكش ما فهمتو فهموني. نورمالمون هذاك صاحبه هيتمان.
Gray is gone.
هو
Go to Berlin and stay out of sight.
اسمع مش ما تحكموش هذيك الحكاية يعني يداروا بيع عطاه انتحره.
We're all that's left now.
كملنا المهمة تاعنا. بون ايكيب، هنايا نجيو نهاية هذه الحلقة تاع اليوم من سلسلة هيتمان 3. كملنا المهمة تاع في القصر هذاك تاع المحقق كونان. خدمنا كي المحقق كونان، لقينا شكون اللي قتل هذاك الشايب هذاك. بون خاوتي، اذا عجبتكم الحلقة كيما المفروض نقول لكم لايك، ما عجبتكمش ديروا ديسلايك، قولوا لي علاه ما عجبتكمش. ما تنساوش الاشتراك والانضمام الى اسرة قناة زياني جيمنج. ما تنساوش جار الجرس باش لكم كل ما جديد. ونتلقاو في الحلقة الثالثة ان شاء الله، ونشوفوا الميسيون جاية واش راح يكون فيها. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.